Imagine renting a luxury mansion for one night only, just to eat. Not to live there, not to own it, just to host a dinner so extravagant. People would talk about it for weeks.
Entre nous, je crois qu'il est complètement ruiné.
In old Paris, this really happened, and sometimes
Vraiment?
the real owner returned before dessert. When we imagine old Europe,
Oh,
we
oui,
imagine
absolument
elegance,
delightful.
gold, crystal, perfect manners. But luxury was often rougher than we think, noisy, competitive, wasteful,
Il paraît qu'elle a payé pour
obsessed
son
with
invitation.
appearances, and
Cela ne m'étonne
nowhere was that clearer
pas. Regardez son comportement.
than at the dinner table.
Vraiment? C'est impensable.
By the 16th and 17th centuries, Paris had become a city of display. Who you invited mattered, where you hosted mattered, what appeared on your table mattered. Dinner was no longer only a meal, it was social theater. And if you did not own a grand house, some rented one, some borrowed one, some paid caretakers for temporary use. For one evening, a modest man could dine like someone far above his rank. Because Paris looked upward, toward princes, toward dukes, toward the royal household, the great tables of France set the standard for luxury. People spoke of them, copied them, exaggerated stories about them. A city that never entered the palace still wanted to eat like it had. At the highest level, meals were spectacle. Whole roasted animals, rare game birds, heavy silver, dozens of dishes appearing in sequence, ceremony around serving, even pineapples, raised with great expense in heated orangeries and specialized glass houses near Paris, appeared as symbols of status more than ordinary fruit. Distance between rank made visible through seating, access, and etiquette. Food was never just food, it was power made edible. Most wealthy Parisians could not match that scale, but they could imitate the image. Candles, servants hired for the night, imported wine, fine linen, borrowed silver, a rented mansion, 30 guests. For 6 hours, a man could appear greater than he was. Luxury began before the first bite. Fresh linen to the floor, napkins folded for every guest, plates set in order, candles burning low, bowls of water brought during the meal, so hands could be washed between courses. Because for much of Europe's past, fingers remained more common at table than modern viewers imagine. Good manners arrived slowly. Guests once brought their own knives. Spoons spread gradually. Personal glasses became more common over time. Forks arrived unevenly. Some elites mocked them. Some called them vanity. Even powerful people often preferred fingers and blades. Civilized habits were not born in a day. They were learned over centuries. The strangest part was how little some guests ate. The point was display. Not hunger, abundance spoke. Waste proved wealth. If half the table remained untouched, that itself sent a message: I can afford excess. And then came another Paris. When elite meals ended, leftovers moved outward. Servants carried dishes away. Dealers resold prepared food. Pieces from great tables entered the streets. sometimes stale, sometimes spoiled, sometimes still prized because they came from noble kitchens. Luxury trickled downward through scraps. Beyond the lit rooms were cold rooms, expensive bread, crowded alleys, families eating simply, dark winters, thin soups, hard crusts. One city could contain feast and hunger at the same time. That is what makes these dinners feel modern. Some hosts were not
Absolument.
truly
C'est le meilleur
grand
cru que
men.
j'ai jamais
They
goûté.
borrowed architecture, borrowed servants, borrowed silver, borrowed status. For one night, they became who they wanted others to believe they were. Today, people rent supercars, private jets for photographs, luxury villas for weekends.
Avez-vous entendu
Old
la
Paris
nouvelle
had the
concernant
same
Madame de
instinct.
Valois? C'est tout à fait
Display
scandaleux.
first, reality second.
Qu'a-t-elle fait cette fois-ci?
Human nature is
rumeurs
older
voltigent
than
ces jours-ci.
technology.
Avez-vous lu la
But
dernière
imagine the
pièce de
danger.
Monsieur Voltaire?
Oh
Candles
oui,
burning low,
absolument delightful.
guests drinking burgundy,
L'esprit est si vif.
a half-carved roast still on the table,
Il paraît qu'elle a payé pour
then
son
wheels outside. Hooves stop, voices below, keys turn, steps on the staircase. And a room full of borrowed luxury goes silent. So, when you picture old Europe, do not picture only elegance. Picture food as hierarchy, tables as theater, guests judging each other in candlelight, princes dining beyond reason, merchants imitating them by the night, servants selling yesterday's luxury in the street, and men renting mansions they did not own
Convenablement servi. C'est
to
compris.
impress people they did not trust. Because long before modern status culture, the performance had already begun.